Today, we're naming the best items for every hero in Deadlock. For more Deadlock content, including news, tips, guides, and much more, make sure to like and please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out a ton. So let's go down the list of Deadlock heroes, starting with Abrahms. So Abrahms is Frenzy and Colossus. Abrahms at his core is a tank, and you want to be in the face of an enemy, creating space and causing chaos. Frenzy works really good with Abrahms, as you should be absorbing most of the damage that the enemies are pumping out, and it gives you a great start bonus like movement speed and fire rate, etc. Colossus, on the other hand, can help Abrahms close the gap on an enemy or as an exit out of a fight, giving him bullet and spirit shield. Next on this list is Bebop, and for him we have superior cooldown and improved reach. Bebop's ultimate can be a devastating attack for an enemy caught out in the open space. Superior cooldown will allow him to get his most powerful ability more often. Improved reach should be used for his hook ability, increasing his hook range by 35%, so you can get more out of those deadly Bebop combos on enemies out of position. Next on this list is Dynamo, and for him we've got Refresher and Intensifying Magazine. Dynamo has the longest cooldown ultimate in the game, and it's for good reason. The potential for other heroes to combo with Dynamo's ultimate is immense. Refresher allows you to use his ultimate ability twice in a quick succession, giving your team the edge in team fights. Intensifying Magazine, on the other hand, can make Dynamo's very powerful weapon even more deadly the longer you fire. Gray Talon. For him, we've got Spiritual Overflow and Rapid Recharge. Great Talon's burst damage is among the highest in the game. Spiritual Overflow allows for Great Talon to chuck enemies even more when using both primary fire and his very powerful charge shot ability, as well as a faster fire rate. Rapid Recharge will give him a faster cooldown on charge shot, making him a burst DPS king as the game progresses. The next two heroes I've combined together in as one, as I believe they share two great items that pair very well with them, and that's Haze and Infernus. The most powerful ability that they have is just their primary fire. Giving them an ability like Ricochet just increases their farming potential against troopers, as well as their damage potential in team fights. Leech provides, on the other hand, 35% bullet and spirit lifesteal, adding to their survivability. You just point, shoot, and win. That's pretty much it. Now we move on to Ivy, and that's escalating exposure and improved reach. If you've ever used Ivy, you'll notice nothing flashy in the early game, but Ivy can become a very strong control hero in the late game. Utilizing escalating exposure and placing improved reach on her one ability can do some big damage to a grouped up enemy team. Escalating exposure works great with this ability, as it already slows the enemy's movement speed, meaning they'll be stuck in the much larger ability thanks to improved reach for longer, ramping the damage done to them by a lot. Next, we've got Kelvin for escalating exposure and enduring spirit. For Kelvin, once again, escalating exposure is a must. His ice beam is by far his best ability at any stage of the game. Tracking an enemy with his ability with escalating exposure means more damage the longer you're hitting them. Combine this with movement speed items like enduring spirit, Kelvin on his ice path ability goes crazy fast. You can hunt enemies down at an insane speed with your ice beam. Next on this list, we've got Lady Geist, and for her, we've got Frenzy and Crippling Headshot. Lady Geist pairs really nicely with Frenzy, as she damages herself when using her own abilities. Stat bonuses when in combat like movement speed and fire rate can make her extremely deadly close range. Crippling Headshot is perfect for her, as she has a high damage precision based primary fire. As you become more powerful in the late game, your headshot damage will jump up drastically, making you a real problem for the enemy team. If you can hit your shots, of course. Next on this list, my personal favorite at the moment, and that is Lash. For Lash, we've got Majestic Leap and Cold Front. Lash is an extremely disruptive character, getting in and out of fights quickly with his grapple, throwing the enemy team around and doing big burst damage. Majestic Leap is a no-brainer because it allows for him to execute his ultimate on a group of enemies a lot easier. Pairing Cold Front with his ground slam ability can add to the damage output and potentially mean an easy kill for Lash and his team. And now for the most annoying hero in the game, that is Mcginnis. If you can't tell by my voice, I hate Mcginnis, and for her we've got Intensifying Mag and Titanic Mag. Primary fire from Mcginnis ramps up in fire rate the longer you fire, so why not add to the damage as well with Intensifying Magazine? Titanic Magazine is also a must because it gives her so much ammo to deal big objective damage or punish an enemy hero out of position with consistent high fire rate, and now high damage gun. Mirage. For Mirage, we've got Quicksilver Reload, Spiritual Overflow. You don't want to be caught in the open against a Mirage with a full magazine. That's why Quicksilver Reload is a must. Placing this item on your Tornado ability will not only reload his gun, but also increase his fire rate to punish whoever is caught in that tornado. Spiritual Overflow, on the other hand, will increase the damage of Jin's mark as your bullets hit enemies. More bullets equals more spirit damage. It's easy math. Now, the hero that most brain dead people tend to main for some reason, that's Mo and Krill. And I love Mo and Krill, but I don't know why. All my teammates that use them suck, especially my good friend Kev. Shout out Kev, love you bro. For Mo and Krill, we've got Surge of Power and Diviner's Kevlar. Mo and Krill loves chasing down enemies, and that's why I think they normally suck, because they overextend. Anyways, Surge of Power placed on the Burrow ability will activate as soon as he goes underground, giving him a 4 meters per second movement speed to chase down a vulnerable enemy to execute a combo. Speaking of combo, his ultimate ability, Combo. Diviner's Kevlar will grant him 700 spirit and bullet shield health upon casting the ultimate, making him harder to kill when trapping an enemy and an easier escape. Are you seeing this video, Kev? If we could stop dying and overextending, that'd be great. Next on this list is Paradox. For Paradox, we've got superior cooldown and Diviner's Kevlar. Paradox's best and highest damage ability is her special carbine. Placing superior cooldown on it just allows her to get it back more often. We once again mentioned Diviner's Kevlar, as Paradox's ultimate can sometimes put her in a sticky situation behind enemy lines. Granting her 700 spirit and bullet shield health can help her survive and get out of a swapping lives situation with an enemy. Now it's time for Pocket. Pocket, we've got Majestic Leap and Mystic Shot. Similar to Lash, Pocket wants to be in the air to execute a combo. Majestic Leap makes that easy. Jump in the air, combo, and get out with a teleport. Mystic Shot pairs perfectly with Pocket, as his barrage will amplify your spirit damage against the target. Mystic Shot will make your primary fire deal spirit damage, and there's no damage drop off, meaning you can deal a chunk of damage even from far away. 7. For 7, we've got Toxic Bullets and Mystic Slow. 7's gun damage can be so oppressive and punishing. Pairing him with a damage item like Toxic Bullets can make the enemy feel like they can't get away. And with Mystic Slow, we'll make sure that they can't get away, applying a movement slow when dealing spirit damage. Throw your ball, shoot your chain lightning to lock down and enemies escape. This next hero may be the most important because he is extremely powerful, and that is Shiv. For Shiv, we've got Escalating Exposure and Frenzy. Escalating Exposure will pair really nicely with Shiv's throwing knives. Stacking Bleed build already does a lot of damage, but with this item, it will begin to ramp up exponentially. Again, we must mention Frenzy, as Shiv is designed to be an up close and personal with the enemy, and becoming weak to get stat bonuses can mean Shiv can ensure a kill even if he's initially losing the fight. Vindicta. For her, we've got Glass Cannon and Sharpshooter. Vindicta can do a lot of damage, especially while in the air, so why not give her some insane damage items for the late game? Glass Cannon will grant her increased damage for every kill that she gets. Sharpshooter will grant her increased damage from further ranges, which is where she thrives, in the air and out of range of the enemy. The next two are Mystic Reverb and Echo Shard, and this one's for Viscous. Viscous's best ability is his splatter. Building into this ability with items can make him do great burst damage. An item like Mystic Reverb can help him punish groups of enemies stacked up, causing big splash damage. Echo Shard can be used after using Splatter to instantly get it back with no cooldown. This means you can throw 2 in a row. Most enemies won't see this one coming, and Viscous can deal a ton of damage. Warden. For Warden, we've got Improved Reach and Superior Duration. Warden is designed to punish heroes that are overextending and out of position. Placing Improved Reach on his stun ability can make it harder for the enemy to escape the radius, especially if they have no movement abilities. Superior Duration placed on his ultimate can make him a real problem in the late game as he jumps into the crowd, life-stealing and dealing damage to everyone around for a longer duration. Are you paying attention, Kev? Wardens are your kryptonite, and I'm telling you why. All right, for the next one, we've got Wraith, and that's Titanic Mag and Lucky Shot. Wraith is like my second main behind Lash, and I can tell you she's one of the most punishing heroes in the game. If you're caught alone with her, just consider it quits. You're done. Titanic Magazine will make her have a magazine size of over 100, and that's just with one item. Not having to reload as often can help her get her cards back more often, and Lucky Shot will also then proc more often on her target. She'll begin to start ramping up in the late game, melting her opponents. If you allow her to have free range after she's ulted you, it's over. And lastly, we've got Yamato. For Yamato, we've got Refresher and Diviner's Kevlar. Just like Dynamo earlier, Refresher works also great with Yamato. She can be one of the most annoying heroes in the game to go against, as her survivability is unmatched because of her ultimate. Refresher allows 2 uses in a quick succession, allowing her to stay in the fight for a long time. Diviner's Kevlar is also great for Yamato, helping her escape sticky situations if you're using her ultimate ability defensively. So that was the best items for every hero in Deadlock. Let us know what hero you're currently maining and what item would have been a good honorable mention for this list. These videos take a ton of effort, so it means a lot when you guys like and especially subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more Deadlock content like this, please consider doing so. I really can't believe that we are getting like 1,000 views and we've only got 100 subscribers, so that means a ton. Thank you guys so much for the support. Enjoy playing Deadlock, and we'll see you next time.